I don't know about you, but I cannot wait for this election to be over. It is about 9 days away, but heck, why don't we dig in and ask ourselves some simple questions? What stocks, what sectors could be most beneficial if Trump or if Kamala wins? Because again, folks, one of those two people will be our next president, and we should at least figure out where we might want to put our money. And of course, the man that did this homework, that did this research, is Mr. Dan Bird, our stock guy every Sunday. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. It should be very interesting, but suppose there's no winner in a week and a half.
We will have a winner. That much I am confident. One of those two will win. It will
We'll
not be
have
a third party.
no, but it might not be a week and a half from now.
Yeah, eventually they'll figure it out. Let's hope for no hanging chads or 38 days or whatever that Bush Gore, kerfuffle was all about. Let's hope for America's sake we know on Tuesday who the winner is. Worst case Wednesday morning.
What's interesting is what if it's a tie? What if
But
it
the
goes to the
electrical college ties,
electoral
yeah.
college and it's a tie? You know what
I don't
happens?
want to think about that, Dad. I
Do you,
actually
do you
do
know?
not. I do
You
not
don't
know.
know?
I do not
It
know.
goes to the vice president.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, let's hope for not a tie. That's comical. Let's hope for no ties. This
We can
is
have
this
a we
is
can have a civil war if that happens.
oh, that's not good. Let's we're gonna take that out of the universe. No ties. It's not gonna happen. I don't want to think about it. I actually hope either side wins in a landslide. Too big to cheat. Out of the way. All right, let's get out of this. Let's talk about what stocks or sectors
Hey,
win.
by the way,
Either case.
before I forget, I want to just make an announcement to your subscribers, everyone on the channel, that for my subscribers, and I'll show my website in a second. For my subscribers, I try to do a Zoom call every month where anybody can just dial in and ask any question they want. I'll go through some of the new stuff I've added, but then we just open it up. We talk about everything. We talk about the market, the Fed, and we talk about individual stocks. And usually goes a couple hours, and I record it and I put it on the website. But I'm going to do that next Saturday. So
Awesome.
anybody that signs
Saturday,
up,
November 2nd.
November 2nd, right?
Awesome.
So I mean, even if you sign up for the free trial on a monthly, and just attend that, and then you can
Cancel. Yeah.
cancel if you want. But
Very
it's
cool.
a good opportunity to see all the stuff on the website and how to actually use it. I call it a
Yeah.
toolbox. It's a toolbox of data. So if you have a toolbox, you're probably going to use a few tools all the time. You're going to use the hammer and the screwdriver all the time, but you're not going to use your metric socket wrench every day, right?
Right.
But it's
right.
in the toolbox. If you ever need it,
It
it's
is.
in there. So
Yeah. I love that analogy. Again, as somebody, I don't know if you knew this, but I spent 10 years working at Sears, where I sold Craftsman tools. That was
all
my
right,
that was
yeah,
my area. So know all about that. Well, let's get
yeah.
into it. I want to know where to put my money if Kamala or the Trump wins. What are people saying?
All right, let me share my screen here. And this is the website for anybody that's interested, breakpointtrading.net. Make sure to put the .net in there.
Mm-hmm.
And the newsletter is right here in this little box. And let's jump in. I put together a summary of some of the research that I did. So can you see that okay?
I can. Yep. Thank you very much.
I'm not going to make it bigger. I'm just going to keep it like that.
Yeah, that works. It's plenty big.
And I show you where I got them: Kiplinger, Forbes, Motley Fool. These are the ones that they suggest might do well. Some of the interesting things on the Harris side is healthcare, but OGN I'd never heard of.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Infrastructure, of course, EVs, energy. And then interestingly, marijuana stocks.
Oh, interesting.
CGC and Tilray down here. And there is one from Motley Fool. There's one builder, DHI.
Okay.
And on the Trump side, it's mostly defense, aerospace, financials did well. The other interesting thing in looking at the two of them is the recommendations on the Trump side, especially from the same one, Kiplinger here and there.
Right.
On the Kiplinger side, these are all big names. These are all large cap stocks, except for Geo. So this is another one that I'd never heard of.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either.
Geo Group manages prisons
Oh,
and
okay.
immigration retention.
Ah, there we go. That makes
All
sense.
right, so that actually might be a really interesting one if Trump wins.
Yeah, makes sense.
And there's Caterpillar that we talked about last time
Mm-hmm.
on the Trump side. So infrastructure is kind of crosses both of them, although Trump is more on the steel and big construction.
Right.
So it's interesting. So we can run through each one on the
No,
Harris
I don't
side.
think. Let's just poke at this. I think this level is good. I don't think we need to look at the stocks when I'm just left to right. So looking at the left side first, it definitely looks like they're like if you look at the Motley Fool with coin, right? There's definitely a crypto angle. I think we talked about this last week. I postulated that maybe the Bitcoin market was trending up because Trump was leading. Again, that was just a uneducated guess of mine, but it looks like it does have some impact. Oil stocks make sense, right? That's Exxon there.
Yeah, interestingly, I didn't put Exxon under Forbes, but it was under Forbes. So Exxon actually appeared under all three: Kiplinger, Forbes, and Motley Fool. That was the one stock that appeared in all three of them.
So okay, so that makes sense to me. And that's Costco. Is that third one?
Costco, yeah.
That's interesting. What would you consider Costco? Is it's a warehouse store? Is it it's a
it's a warehouse store. It's consumer oriented. The interesting thing about Costco is it is a subscription based service.
Correct.
So you have to pay to belong, and they just raised their rates.
They did $5 or something, yeah.
Yeah, $5. And I looked up. I can't remember how many customers they have, but
got to be millions. Yeah.
Well, millions. Yeah, millions. It was like something like $1.7 billion per month or per year. That their rates are yearly.
Just by raising the fee.
So just by raising $5, they added 1.5 billion to their revenue.
Yeah, the other one I think is interesting under Forbes, and I'm not sure I get this connection, but maybe somebody could tell me. It looks like Pfizer, Merck, and J&J.
Yes. So we can actually go to the Forbes.
Oh, look at you. Everything's linked.
And you can see it'll show you why they decided on that once all the ads disappear. So military spending, that's pretty obvious.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
By the way, we're Raytheon. I do a top 10 list every week on my website on multiple different categories. One of them is large cap, and Raytheon has consistently appeared in the top 10.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So that's interesting. Then you got Exxon right here.
Yeah, all those make sense to me. Now, here we go.
Caterpillar and Vulcan Materials, which I'm not too familiar with them, but I think it's materials for infrastructure.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, infrastructure kind of appeared on both sides, Trump and Kamala.
Okay.
So it says here, Trump's policies have generally been favorable for pharmaceutical industry, Pfizer, Merck.
So is this probably more a call that Kamala will hurt margins of pharmaceuticals probably, and that Trump
that would make sense. Yeah.
In the same
way.
Okay.
Less pressure on drug pricing.
Oh, of course. There we go. It's right at the bottom. Okay, that makes sense to me. All right, now since we're here, let's see what Forbes had to say about Harris.
Yeah. So Kamala, obviously, you've got energy, clean energy focused.
Yeah.
Nextera for solar, Tesla, of course.
Makes sense.
And then Eaton Corporation and Brookfield Renewable. These are infrastructure companies.
Yeah. Green initiatives.
Yeah, they do things like wind farms and
solar
farms, things like that.
Okay. All right.
The green focused. And then she also has a healthcare component for services, healthcare services. United, Cigna, and HCA.
Okay.
And then here's the marijuana part of it, decriminalization of marijuana.
Yeah, basically take it out of the states, make it federal. Makes sense.
Yeah, we have something on our ballot in Florida about marijuana.
Making it legal at the state level.
Making it legal, yeah.
Okay.
I think it might pass, but it's interesting to watch the ads on either side of that
Yeah. I
topic.
don't, yeah, I don't know how many states are legalized it now. It obviously started in Colorado, I believe.
Yeah,
I know California, Nevada, frankly, both states I live in, or it's,
Oregon.
yeah, Oregon. So,
Yeah,
yeah. I,
there's quite a few lately, and then the ones where regardless of the outcome,
okay.
Russell 2000. So Russell 2000 is small cap stocks. They historically rally significantly between election and inauguration.
Oh,
So that's something
interesting.
to keep in mind. We'll take a look at the chart on that in a second.
Yeah. So
The
that's
only
like
thing that,
November 7th to January 12th or something, or 20th or whatever
yeah,
it is.
right.
Okay.
January 18th is the end of the best period of the year. The
Ah,
best.
I didn't know that.
It runs from October 27th, or this week, October 28th, which is Monday, until January 18th. That's the best period of the year,
Huh,
usually.
I didn't know that. Okay.
But small caps have been lagging the rest of the market. So, the Magnificent Seven have been driving things previously. Small caps have been lagging until the Fed cut, and then they took off.
Huh.
And then they pulled back again because the 10-year is going up.
Exactly. They were hoping that the
those,
cost of capital would go down, and it didn't. It
right,
went up.
right. So small caps are very sensitive to interest.
Absolutely.
In fact, I read an article that said 40% of the Russell 2000 are unprofitable. 40% of the companies.
They can't roll their debt. Yeah.
Right. So if the rates continue to drop, then that should be good for small cap, should be good for IWM. And if you want to play the triple leveraged on this,
yeah. Not financial advice. Not
financial advice, but just for knowledge. TNA is the triple leveraged Russell 2000.
Yeah, that's a lot of leverage.
So that one should take off, and it started to take off, and then it pulled back. So the 10-year, just like in the last video that we did, that is the thing to watch.
It's the cost of capital. It's funny. I did on my daily financial news, I think a week ago, that I think everybody's got the cost of capital wrong. A lot of people assume when the Fed would cut in, the Fed's going to keep cutting, that cost of capital would fall and fall meaningfully. I'm telling people that cost of capital is going to be sticky on the high side all year.
Yeah, I think, and that's coming true. I think you're right on that.
Yeah, it's going to be.
I think that is the biggest thing to watch right now.
I agree 1000%.
Yeah. So remember, these are all, regardless of who wins.
Mm-hmm.
The Google, Microsoft, Apple, of course. You've got.
It's actually, let's talk about tech for a minute. Because I got this from the All In podcast, so give credit where credit is due. I think both parties want to go after big tech. They're upset with them for different reasons, right? Censorship, too much power, all of that. It'll be, especially Alphabet, Google, right? Google is clearly in the sights of the DOJ. Mm-hmm. It'll be very interesting to see where that goes post-election. Do they break them up or not?
Yeah, that is very interesting. So one comment that I will make about breakups like that with strong, large companies.
Yeah, the parts are worth more than the whole.
The parts actually end up doing better than the whole.
For sure.
So if you own Google, you're going to own whatever those parts are. Yeah. And in aggregate, they're going to do better than just keeping Google.
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine owning it's Instagram and all these other things standalone? They're obviously amazing businesses. So
YouTube,
oh yeah, YouTube. How could forget YouTube? That's right.
YouTube TV.
Yep.
Waymo.
Yeah, there's lots of parts in there.
Lots of parts. Lots of parts that I think would do really well with or without Google.
I agree.
And then the next one for either side is in staples, which is interesting. So
yeah, I don't see that one. And maybe that's just because it's staples and we got to buy them no matter what, toothpaste and all the deodorant and all that stuff. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. Elections can cause short-term market volatility. Historically, the market has trended upward over the long term, regardless of which party is in power, which I've said over and over
again. Yeah. Very cool.
All right. So,
well, let's go back to the list so people can look at it, take a snapshot.
Sure.
Because this election is happening. Again, it's on week from Tuesday. My hope is we have a winner Tuesday night, worst case Wednesday morning. And then we can get on to doing other stuff instead of talking about this toxic election.
Yeah, by the way, when I put this together and I was doing the research, there was way more sources for this
I'm
than
sure
I could put together for this call.
for a single slide. It's clean. I like it.
You can do your own research and take a look at it. This Geo, I think, is really interesting if Trump wins.
Yeah, I've never even heard of it.
It's already starting to come back up, but it's only a $15 stock.
What's it, a 2 billion market cap? Oh yeah, okay.
Yep, 2 billion market cap. It's in the real estate specialty REITs space.
Okay.
And they manage prisons.
Do they have a dividend? No dividend.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it says forward dividend 0 or NA. So.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. So that one was a surprise. I had never heard of that one. The other one, this BEP over here under Kamala.
I don't know what that is either.
This is Brookfield Renewable Partners.
Ah, okay.
Conventional electricity. So just like CEG, the other thing is a lot of these big tech companies are buying nuclear.
Yeah.
Constellation Energy is also conventional electricity, same industry group. And Vistra Energy, same industry group, conventional electricity. These are all plays on the AI play.
Okay.
So there's some interesting ideas in this whole list. Nextera Energy. I'm not sure I agree with Rivian.
Good news is it's almost over. I want this to be over, and we can get on to doing our own thing.
But is it really?
What do you mean? Is it really? What does that mean?
This goes back to 1952.
Okay.
These are just election years.
Yeah, I see it. Yep.
Only 2 of them in the last 7 months. There were only 2 losses in the last 7 months of election years.
Okay.
2008, which was the financial crisis.
Yeah, nasty. Yeah.
And
Gore.
Bush Gore.
Yeah.
2000.
Dan, are you hoping for a close election where we go to hanging chads?
I am not.
Is that what you're telling me?
I am not hoping for a close election. I am hoping that it gets decided definitively and we can move on.
Yeah, exactly. Put that out in the universe.
Right. But if there is one, the market will not like it.
No, market does not like indecision.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is going to be a lot of fun. I certainly look forward to not talking about the elections for a long time to come. Dan, where can they get, where's your website?
Sure. Just go to breakpointtrading.net and the newsletter is right here in this box. Just put it out yesterday. So
very cool.
This week's is available.
Awesome.
And send me a note or email if you have any questions or want more information about the website or any questions on the market, whatever. I do respond to people. So
yes, you do.
And I love
the analogy.
I would love to see the comments down below too.
Yeah, put the comments below. What stocks?
I will respond to those as well as I read them.
Awesome. And we appreciate you, man.
Next Saturday, my Zoom call, if you want to join and talk about anything you want, just sign up.
There you go. Thanks, buddy.
All right. Have a good weekend.